Hi guys, welcome back to the Super Smash match of 2025-26 Super Smash tournament of 2025-26. Today's match is between the Northern Brave and Canterbury. Canterbury so far unbeaten in this tournament so far. They're 3 out of 3. Northern Brave have played 3, lost 1, 2 no results. So they're all in readiness here. Fraser Sheet bowling the first ball of the match to Christian Clark, and that's a full delivery. Christian Clark drives it back to the bowler. Again a dot ball to start. So Canterbury won the toss and elected to bowl first. Fraser Sheet is bowling the first over for Canterbury. Christian Clark and Brett Hampton are opening the batting for Northern Brave. An important match for Northern Brave, no doubt about that. Oh, it's an inside edge. It goes past fine leg. That'll run away for 4. So straight away some fortune for Christian Clark there. Was looking to drive through the offside. Getting an inside edge. Then raced away to the boundary. Gets off the mark with a boundary. First boundary of the innings for Northern Brave. And this time again Christian Clark comes down the wicket and drives it back to the bowler. Another dot ball. This time it's on the stumps, flicked away by Christian Clark towards mid-wicket and picks up another single. So Brett Hampton is back on strike. It's an important match for Northern Brave. They have winless win. They have played 3 matches. Oh, it's on the stumps. Looking to defend there, Brett Hampton. A beauty of a delivery. Yep, Northern Brave are the only team that are winless so far in this tournament. They have played 3 matches. They have lost 1. And then 1 tie and 1 no result. Yep, see the points table here. Canterbury and Auckland Aces are both unbeaten so far in this tournament. Now, Auckland Aces, because of those 2 no results and the superior net run rate for Auckland Aces, that's why they are topping the table. The Canterbury are at number 2. They are also unbeaten. Goes for the pull shot there. Brett Hampton not able to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. Great first over from Fraser Sheet. Just 5 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 5 without loss after 1 over. If you look at this points table, Northern Districts are at the bottom of the table because they are winless so far. They are searching for their first win today. Unfortunately, so many no results and 1 loss as well for them. It's still early days in this tournament. If you look at the number of matches played for every team, it's only 3 or 4 matches. Normally, these kind of tournaments, teams will play 7 or 8 matches in the group stage. So, still plenty of time left. I need to start winning. Sean Davey is the new bowler into the attack, and Christian Clark guides it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. And this time Hampton goes big, high into the night sky, and it's all the way for 6, I think. Yes, it is. And it was in the slot from Sean Davey, and Brett Hampton hitting through the line clears the boundary. The first 6 of the innings for Northern Brave. It comes on the bat of Brett Hampton. So third ball of the over coming up. A little bit of width there. Brett Hampton Brett Hampton went for the cut shot, not able to make connection. Another dot ball from Sean Davey. This time it's driven through the covers beautifully by Brett Hampton for another boundary. 2 full on this occasion. Caressed through the covers there by Brett Hampton. And picks up his first boundary. The first 4 in this innings for Brett Hampton. The 2 more deliveries left in this over. It's a full delivery this time. It's hit down the ground long on. And Brett Hampton picks up another single. The last ball of the over. And that's flicked away leg side by Christian Clark. And that'll run away for another 4. No one there at deep square leg. So he found that gap to perfection. And ends the over with a boundary. So 16 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 21 without loss after 2 overs. So Fraser Sheet now is continuing into his second over. Brett Hampton is on strike. And it's on the stumps, defended, driven back to the bowler by Brett Hampton. Another dot ball to start the over. Looking to flick it away this time. And I think it's gone off the pads. And Brett Hampton will pick up another leg by single there. There was hesitation there, but still went ahead and completed the single. So Christian Clark is back on strike. That's full this time. He's driven it towards deep extra covers. And Christian Clark picks up another single. Looking to pull it away. It's up in the air. It's put down. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious. It couldn't have got any more easier than that. Just the top edge. It was only high in the air. It couldn't have got simpler. Then Fraser Sheet has put it down. It should have been a simple cotton bold. But not to be. It's a dropped catch. Got it high on the bat there. Brett Hampton was looking to pull it away. High on the bat, and I just cannot believe how the bowler couldn't catch that one. Absolute dolly put down. Now these kind of things are part of the game. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And you drop a catch, the next one goes over, deep point for 6. Adding insult to injuries, Brett Hampton, full and wide this time from Fraser Sheet, and he's just hit it over that fielder there, a deep point for another sixer here. And this is exactly what happens when you don't take your catches when they matter, because the batters will make you pay. Well, that's in the slot. He's gone leg side this time, and he's got it all the way for another 6. So back-to-back sixes to finish that over. There was a drop catch, and very soon after that drop catch, 2 back-to-back sixes to finish the over, adding insult to injury big time. 14 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 35 without loss after 3 overs. So Ish Sodhi is the new bowler into the attack, and straight away Christian Clark pulls out the reverse sweep and finds the gap and picks up another boundary. And the boundaries continue to flow here for Northern Brave. Welcome to the bowling crease, Ish Sodhi, says Christian Clark. This time it's cut away again, straight to the fielder at covers. And another dot ball from Ishori. Quicker ball this time there. Oh, he goes for a sweep this time. Appeal for LBW. The umpire says not out. Was looking for that sweep. Christian Clark not able to make connection. This time gives himself room, goes over, covers, and that's 4 more. Gave himself room to access the offside again. This is very, very clever batting from Christian Clark. Second boundary in this over. The Northern Brave. This time the reverse and gets it in the gap. Back-to-back boundaries from Christian Clark. Full toss this time. And he has all the shots today as Christian Clark pulls out the reverse sweep this time. The third boundary in this over. Pressure on Ishori. This time he gives himself room, he goes down the ground. And he goes all the way for 6 to finish the over. 4, 4, 4, 6. What an expensive over from Ishori. 18 runs came from that over. And the 50 comes up for Northern Brave as well. Northern Brave are 53 without loss after 4 overs. So Cam Paul is the new bowler into the attack now for Canterbury. They need to break this partnership. Brett Hampton is on strike. That's too wide. Too wide from Cam Paul. Given as a wide by the umpire. It's Billy Bowden. With his dance moves will give the wide. So Cam Paul has to reload that one again. Not a great start to his spell. This time it's cut away by Christian Clark. Just a little bit of width offered. He's just hit it through the line. He's found the gap beautifully. And another boundary here for Christian Clark. It's on the pads, is looking to flick it away there, Hampton. It's gone off the pads towards fine leg, towards square leg. And picks up 1 leg bias, I think. This time Christian Clark goes over the top. Finds the gap. Another boundary. Once again, this time he gave himself room. And he's just flayed it away towards deep point. The second boundary in this over. Moves across his stumps, pulls it away towards deep square leg. No one there. Another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries from Christian Clark. Pressure building on the bowlers here. 14 runs from this over already. Still 2 balls left. Two more deliveries left in this over. Gives himself room. He guides it towards short third man. Straight to the fielder. It's a dot ball from Cameron Paul. So one more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket and drives it away towards covers and picks up another single to finish the over. So 15 runs came from that over. They're still in the power play. Northern Brave are off to a flyer. 68 without loss after 5 overs. So Lucky Harper is the new batter. Lucky Harper is the new bowler into the attack now for Canterbury. The bowling change. Christian Clark is on strike. Lucky Harper coming over the wicket. And that shot again is pulled away by Clark. Not getting enough timing in it. It's towards deep end wicket for a single. It goes big. We're at Hampton. It's in the air. It's in the gap. 1 bounce, 4. Swung away leg side there. Brett Hampton. Both these batters matching shot for shot actually. On one end it is Christian Clark. Another end is Brett Hampton. Both batters continue to find the boundaries. It goes again, leg side, it's in the air, it's all the way for 6. 4 followed by a 6. Brett Hampton is on fire today. He's taking on any bowler. Third 6 for Brett Hampton. Once again in the slot from Lucky Harper and punished by Brett Hampton. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. And that's cut away again. Finds the gap for another 4. He's just finding gaps today as Brett Hampton moves to 41 from just 16 balls now. It's 4-6-4 in this over. It's 15 runs from this over already. And still 2 balls left. They're still inside the power play. It's short this time. It's pulled away again. Down to deep mid wicket. 1 bounce to deep mid wicket. And Brett Hampton picks up another single. He's into the 40s. He's batting on 42 from just 17 balls. With 4 boundaries and 3 sixers. At a strike rate of 247.06. Both batters striking at above 200. So 1 more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket. Christian Clark has got the outside edge. It's racing across towards the boundary. Third man fielder does well. Stops the boundary. And another couple of runs to finish the over there. So 18 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 86 without loss after 8 overs. Northern Brave are 86 without loss after 6 overs after the power play. So Ish Sodhi is back into the attack into his second over. Every bowler has been expensive today for Canterbury. It's been that kind of a start here for Northern Brave. And continues to do so. It's in the air and it's all the way onto the banks for another 6 to start the over. Once again tossed up from Ish Sodhi. Brett Hampton doesn't care if it is in the slot. He's only hitting it one place. He's only aiming at the grass banks every single time. Another 6 to start the over. This time it's tossed up again and he goes down the ground and goes all the way for another 6. Back-to-back sixes and it brings up a half century for Brett Hampton. What a knock this is. 54 from just 19 balls with 4 boundaries and 5 sixers at a strike rate of 284.21. It's been an amazing start here. Back-to-back sixes to start the over. Third ball of the over coming up. Quicker ball, it's driven by Brett Hampton towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. What a start this is. They're only into the 7th over and they're already close to 100 runs here. Canterbury bowlers have no clue how to stop the bleeding. Goes for the reverse. Oh, it's actually who bowled him here. No, I think they are checking for a stumping. Could this finally be the breakthrough for Canterbury? Christian Clark was looking for the reverse sweep there. Well, is his foot in the air? That is the big question. I think it's grounded actually. It should be not out, I think. Yeah, not out it is, because when the keeper actually took the bails off, the foot was grounded. So Christian Clark survives and this opening partnership continues. And there's 2 more deliveries left in this over. 13 runs from this over so far. The Northern Brave are off to a dream start. Surely pushing towards 200 from here. Anything less than 200, they'll be disappointed. Oh, that's a quicker ball. Appeal for LBW. Umpire says not out again. Went on the back foot this time, Christian Clark. There's no reviews in this tournament. So they have to accept the umpire's decision. The last ball of the over coming up. Goes for the reverse sweep again. But unable to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 99 without loss after 7 overs. So Cole McConkey is the new bowler into the attack. A bowling change here. It starts with a quicker ball. But Hampton went for the cut shot, not able to make connection. Dot ball to start the over. And this time Hampton goes over, covers all the way for 6. He's just hitting 6s everywhere today, is Brett Hampton. Imagine hitting that over covers like that. Another 6 here for Brett Hampton. 100 comes up for Northern Brave with that 6. 100 comes up in just 7.2 overs, and what carnage it has been. This time Hampton hits it in the air, down the ground, long on, takes the catch. So finally something for Canterbury to smile about. Was hit in the air, was hit flat by Brett Hampton, straight into the hands of long on. And a 105 run opening partnership has been broken. There's no doubt that this opening partnership has laid the foundation for a big score here. Brett Hampton, what an amazing knock, is gone after scoring 61 runs from 23 balls. And Northern Brave are 105 for 1 after 7.3 overs. Well, what an interesting decision this is. Tim Pringle has been promoted to number 3. It's a new batter to the crease. That's a quicker ball. It's flicked away by Tim Pringle towards deep mid wicket and gets off the mark with a single. Fuller delivery this time. Christian Clark goes down the ground to long on and picks up another single as well. Last ball of the over. And it's driven back to the bowler by Tim Pringle. Another dot ball to finish the over. Excellent over from Cole McCunn. He conceded the 6, but also provided the breakthrough for Canterbury. 8 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Brett Hampton. And Northern Brave were 107 for 1 after 8 overs. So Matt Boyle is the new bowler into the attack now for Canterbury. Christian Clark is on strike. It's short and wide. It's cut away by Christian Clark towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. That should be a wide down the leg side, I think. Yes, given as a wide by the umpire. So Matthew Boyle has to reload that one again. He's under-edged it, I think. Appeal for a catch. Umpire is unmoved. Says not out. Looked like there might have been an under-edge, almost an under-edge there. And now Pringle goes down the ground to long on, picks up another single. I don't know what kind of an experimentation this is from a Northern Brave. To send Tom Pringle at number 3. He's not a batter at all by any stretch. His main role is bowling. For him to bat at number 3, I'm not quite sure about that. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Christian Clark is back on strike. It's short and wide. It's cut away by Clark towards deep extra covers. They're going to push for 2 here. That's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Christian Clark. Tossed up this time and Christian Clark drives it straight to covers. It's another dot ball from Matthew Boyle. The last ball of the over. And that's edged away, is it? No, it's the punch straight to point. Another dot ball to finish the over. So just 5 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 112 for 1 after 9 overs. The Cole McConkey continuing into his second over starts with a dot ball to Tim Pringle. Second ball of the over coming up. It's punched away again, straight to covers. Another dot ball here. Tim Pringle eating up some momentum at the moment. He's just scored 2 runs from his 6 balls so far. This time it's driven down the ground to long on, and Pringle picks up another single. Christian Clark is back on strike. And he goes for the big shot. And he's got it. He's got it into the grass banks all the way for 6 over long off. That's exactly what was needed for Northern Brave, because Tim Pringle is still struggling to get going at one end. Christian Clark, the set batter at the other end, has to keep playing his shots like this. Picks up his second 6 in this innings. This time goes for a slog sweep, unable to make connection. Another dot ball. Last ball of the over coming up from Cole McConkey. That's flicked away down the ground to long on. And Christian Clark picks up another single to finish the over. That also brings up his half century. It's been an outstanding knock from Christian Clark. 50 from just 30 balls with 7 boundaries and 2 sixers. At a strike rate of 166.67. Outstanding batting. 8 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave at the halfway mark of this innings are 120 for 1 after 10 overs. So Matthew Boyle continuing into the attack, and Christian Clark flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Tim Pringle gives himself room, hits it down the ground to long on, and picks up another single as well. Another quicker ball, looking to flick it away there, but it's hit towards point. Another dot ball from Matthew Boyle. Comes down the wicket. Drives it away towards deep extra covers, and Tim Pringle picks up another single. Christian Clark picks up another single. It's another quicker ball, looking to flick it away there, Tim Pringle, but unable to make connection on that. It's a good over here from Matthew Boyle. Just 3 runs from this over. Tim Pringle hasn't quite got going. Struggling a little bit. Last ball of the over coming up. Again, swings and misses of the bottom of the bat. Another dot ball to finish the over. So 3 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 123 for 1 after 11 overs. So Sodi is into his third over now. Gives himself room. Christian Clark looking for the cut shot. Not able to make connection. Again a dot ball to start the over. Oh, in fact, was a catch drop. This time goes for a sweep. It sweeps it towards deep mid wicket. And Christian Clark picks up another single. Once again a quicker delivery and Tim Pringle drives it back to the bowler. Makes it another dot ball. So slowly Canterbury now trying to just slow down proceedings, trying to make their way back into this game. Particularly with Tim Pringle, has scored only 4 runs from 11 balls so far. Unable to find the boundaries. Gives himself room, hits it down the ground to long on. And Tim Pringle picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. This time he goes over the top. Clears the fielder at covers. It won't go for 4. But Christian Clark will pick up another couple of runs. A good over actually for Canterbury, just 4 runs from this over. Last ball of the over, it goes big, goes massive, all the way for 6, that's much needed. For Northern Brave, it's Christian Clark who provides the 6. It was such a good over until that point, but ends with a 6. 10 runs came from that over and Northern Brave are 133 for 1 after 12 overs. I think Tim Pringle has retired out and Ben Pomare is the new batter to the crease. And Matthew Boyle continuing into the attack, bowls a full toss. And Pomare sweeps it leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Tim Pringle has retired out and rightly so, because he has scored only 6 runs from 13 balls, struggling a little bit there. Another full toss. Christian Clark flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. So the experimentation to promote Tim Pringle to number 3 hasn't worked for Northern Brave today, and that is why he got retired out. Even I wasn't surprised actually. Why would Tim Pringle come in at number 3? He's primarily a bowler. Primary role is to bowl, not to bat. Still he came in at number 3. He's not a recognized, even down the order also, Tim Pringle is not that big a batter. But still he was promoted to number 3. That was the biggest surprise I've ever seen. Well, he goes for a big shot. I don't know whether it got an under edge on it. It's racing across for 4 as well. given as buys. So 4 buys it is. Bonus runs here for Northern Brave. Quicker delivery, looks for the big shot, appeal for LBW. But I think sliding down the leg side is given as not out by the umpire. He'll pick up one leg by single, I think. So Christian Clark is back on strike, last ball of the over. And Clark cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. Coming back for 2 as well. That's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs to finish that over. The 6 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 142 for 2 after 13 overs. Cole McConkie into the attack and straight away provides the breakthrough. Christian Clark has run past 1. And what a way to start the over. In fact, 9 runs came from that over, the previous over. 9 runs came from that over, and now Cole McConkie has tossed one up. It was bowled one quickly there, and Christian Clark looking to come down the wicket, looking to flick it away, has run past it. Stumped behind the wickets by Tom Latham. So not Christian Clark, it's Ben Pomare who has been stumped. So the third wicket goes down for Northern Brave. Cole McConkie provides the breakthrough. Ben Pomare is gone after scoring just 1 run. So Ben Pomare is gone after scoring 3 runs from 3 balls, run a ball 3 runs, and Northern Brave are 142 for 2 after 13.1 overs. So Xavier Bell is the new batter to the crease. Another good batter. That's a quicker delivery on the pads. And Xavier Bell flicks it away towards deep mid-wicket and gets off the mark with a single. It's short this time. Christian Clark goes big. Leg side. It's all the way. Clears the fielder. Another 6. Dragged it down short there. Cole McConkie. And Christian Clark picked up the length beautifully. He's deposited over long on for another 6. This time goes for the reverse sweep and doesn't make contact on that. It's another dot ball from McConkie. In fact, given as a wide by the umpire. So Cole McConkie has to reload that one again. This time another quicker ball, and Christian Clark punches it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Comes down the wicket, and Xavier Bell goes down the ground, goes all the way for 6. Second 6 in this over. This time Xavier Bell decides that he is going to join the carnage and hits his first 6. The last ball of the over coming up. Quicker ball, it's punched down the ground by Xavier Bell towards long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 16 runs came from that over from Colm McConkie, and Northern Brave are 158 for 2 after 14 overs. So Matthew Boyle is back into the attack, and Xavier Bell hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to start the over. And Caterbury Clark moves across his stumps, slug sweeps it leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. 2 singles to start this over. This time Xavier Bell goes over the top towards deep extra covers. It's good fielding at deep extra covers, and Xavier Bell picks up another couple of runs. This time it drives again, hits so hard, it races away for 4. Xavier Bell, we all knew he was capable, and he picks up another boundary here. The 2 more deliveries left in this over. It's tossed up again, it's driven again, good fielding at covers, and Xavier Bell picks up another single here. Caterbury Clark is back on strike. Last ball of the over, goes for the drive, misses it. Another dot ball to finish that over. 9 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 167 for 3 after 15 overs. So Sodi now into his last over and is being greeted with a 6 here by Xavier Bell. It's over long on and onto the banks. What a way to start the over. Nicely tossed up from Sodi, and once again Xavier Bell heading through the line clears the boundary. This time he moves across his stumps, goes for a sweep and gets it past the keeper, and that runs away for 4 as well. The 6 followed by a 4 from Xavier Bell. Great way to start the over here. And this time he goes big again. He's got it all the way, I think. Yes, he has. Again onto the banks. It's over deep mid wicket this time. 6-4-6. What a great start to this over from Xavier Bell. And this time Xavier Bell gave himself room, drives it straight to covers, a dot ball from Sodi. 5th ball of the over coming up. And that's cut away again, straight to the fielder again at covers. Another dot ball here. The last ball of the over coming up. And comes down the wicket. Xavier Bell hits it high in the air. And he's hit it way back into the grass bank for another 6 to finish that over. A very, very expensive over and an expensive spell from Sodi. 22 runs came from that over. And Sodi finishes his spell none for 63 in his 4 overs. And the Northern Brave are now 189 for 3 after 16 overs. The 4 more overs left in his innings. Fraser Sheet is back into the attack. That's full and wide. Hampton and Clark goes for the drive. Not able to make connection. Dot ball to start the over. That's too wide, I guess. Yep, too wide. Given as a wide by the umpire. The Fraser Sheet has to reload that one again. Gives himself room, goes for the big drive. Unable to make connection, another dot ball. What a start to this over. This is from Fraser Sheet. Dot wide dot. They're still going to go about 200 though, Northern Brave. It's going to be a huge target to chase down for Canterbury. And that was only because of the opening partnership, the foundation laid by the opening partnership. This time he drives it again straight to covers or shy at the stumps by that fielder there, but not able to hit the stumps. And Hampton and Clark picks up another single. Canterbury won the toss and elected to bowl first. So Northern Brave are batting first now. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Xavier Bell goes down the ground, it's leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. It's written here, Canterbury opt to bowl. They have won the toss, elected to bowl first today. And they're going to be chasing a huge target. It's fired in outside the off stump there from Fraser Sheet. Make that another dot ball. A 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 50 from 22 balls between Hampton and Clark and Xavier Bell. So last ball of the over coming up. And that's driven away. It's in the air. And it's all the way. I think just clears that fielder. A deep extra covers. Ends the over with a 6. So good over from Fraser Sheet has become expensive. 9 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are now 198 for 3 after 17 overs. So Cam Paul is back into the attack now, but it doesn't matter. Xavier Bell goes over deep mid wicket for 6. It was in the slot again. The bowlers have been always bowling it in the slot for the batters. Xavier Bell is no muck with the bat, clears the boundary, and the 200 comes up for Northern Brave. 200 comes up in just 17.1 overs. They're all set for a huge score here. Canterbury might face their first defeat today is what I'm thinking. This time it's fallen on the pads, looking to flick it away. It's gone off the pads. And they'll pick up another single though, leg by single from Xavier Bell. This is already a huge total and still 16 balls left in this innings. Hampton and Clark is back on strike. And that's sliced away, finds the gap, another boundary. Just sliced it past that fielder at point. Ball races away across the outfield. And picks up another boundary, moves to 83 now, Hampton and Clark with that boundary. This time looking to swing it leg side. Canterbury Clark. I think it's gone off the pads. Canterbury Clark picks up another single. This time it goes big, it's high and it's gone massive. He's hit it onto the side screen. Another 6 for Xavier Bell. What an innings this is. I mean, Canterbury Clark is striking it well at one end, but what an innings here from Xavier Bell. 47 from just 17 balls with 6 sixes already in his innings. So one more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over. And he drives it through the covers. That's 4 more. Boundary to finish the over. Brings up a half century as well. 51 from just 18 balls. I think the fastest 50 in this tournament, surely. With 3 boundaries and 6 maximums at a strike rate of 283.33. Has been an outstanding knock from Xavier Bell. The 22 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 220 for 3 after 18 overs. The Fraser Sheet is bowling the penultimate over and that's driven away through the covers. That's 4 more to start. The boundaries continue to flow. This time it's Canterbury Clark who starts the over with a boundary. This time again moves across his stumps, drives it away towards deep extra covers, and Canterbury Clark picks up another single. Xavier Bell is back on strike. It's a full delivery and Xavier Bell hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Canterbury Clark is back on strike. Oh, that's a fantastic Yorker. Canterbury Clark looking to guide it away towards third man but not able to make connection. Dot ball here from Fraser Sheet. Well, Canterbury Clark is 12 runs away from completing a century as well. 2 big hits basically. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Another good Yorker has guided it to the keeper and Canterbury Clark picks up another single. So one more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over coming up. Full and wide. It's not given as a wide. Maybe slightly inside the line. So another dot ball to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over. Good over there from Fraser Sheet. And the Northern Brave are 227 for 3 after 19 overs. So Sean Davey is going to be bowling the last over for Canterbury. Canterbury Clark is on 89 from 54 balls. Can he get to a century? Here's Sean Davey. And Clark goes leg side. It's towards deep mid wicket. They're going to push for 2, are they? Yes, they are pushing for 2. Chance of run out at the keeper's end. But can't run him out. So a couple of runs to start the over. Moves into the 90s now as Canterbury Clark. It's 9 runs away from a century. That's full and wide. It's driven away towards covers. Will only pick up a single. Are we going to see another batter stranded in the 90s today? It's been that kind of tournament where we see so many batters get into the 90s, but before they try to get to their century, the time runs out. The overs get completed. And they don't deserve their centuries actually. Xavier Bell is back on strike. What is he going to do? He'll play for the team, I think. Try and go for the shots. That's hit away down the ground by Xavier Bell. Towards long on. Picks up another single. Another chance for Canterbury Clark. Needs a 6 here to make things easy. He needs 8 runs from 3 balls to get to his 3-figure mark. Pressure on Canterbury Clark at the moment. Gives himself room outside edge and that'll run away for 4 towards third man. That'll help. Moves to 96 now. 2 more deliveries left in this innings. And he needs 4 more runs to get to that 3-figure mark. Can he get there? 5th ball of the over. Gives himself room, flicks it away. They need to push for 2 here. They're going to push for 2. And is there a run out? Finger goes up from the umpire. In desperation to push for 2 there to keep the strike. Try and maximize the last ball, get to the century. But he's been run out in the process, I think. So Canterbury Clark will have to go again. Another batter not able to get to the century in this tournament of the Super Smash. Yep, he's out by a mile. But nevertheless, a fantastic knock from Canterbury Clark comes to an end. He's out for 97. 97 from 58 balls. And Northern Brave are now 236 for 4 after 19.5 overs. Yet another batter getting out in the 90s, or either getting stranded in the 90s or getting out in the 90s, not able to get to that 3-figure mark. And the important thing is Xavier Bell is on strike for the last ball of the innings coming up from Sean Davey. Scott Kugelin is on strike, in fact. And he goes over covers, and that'll run away for 4. That's a perfect way to finish the innings. Another boundary. Scott Kugelin just comes in and then bunts it over covers for 4 to finish the innings. 13 runs came from the last over, and the Northern Brave, they finished with a really good score. Finished with 241 for 4. Northern Brave finished with 240 for 4 at the end of their 20 overs. It's a massive score from Northern Brave. They were put into bat by Canterbury, and they've shown what they can do. And it was an opening partnership between Clark and Brett Hampton. It took the game away from the opposition. Opening partnership of 105 from 45 balls between Clark and Brett Hampton, and that really set the foundation. And after that, Xavier Bell came and he scored 53 runs. Xavier Bell unbeaten on 53 from 21 balls with 3 boundaries and 6 sixers at a strike rate of 252.38. But really the standout batter today for the Northern Brave should be Clark. Actually deserved a century. If anyone deserved a century, he deserved one. Unfortunately out for 97. They scored 97 from 58 balls with 10 boundaries and 5 sixers at a strike rate of 167.24. And Brett Hampton also scoring 61 from 23 balls with 4 boundaries and 7 sixers at a strike rate of 265.22. That's a huge total, 240 for 4. Canterbury, to continue their unbeaten run in the Super Smash tournament, will need 241 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. So, hi guys, welcome back to the run chase here. Tom Latham and Mariu are opening the batting for the Canterbury Kings. They're chasing a huge total of 241 to win this game and continue their unbeaten run in this tournament. So Rhys Mariu and Tom Latham are opening the batting. Tom Latham is off the mark with a single. Now Rhys Mariu is back on strike. Fourth ball of the over coming up. That's on the pads. It's flicked away in the air by Mariu. Down towards deep mid wicket. They're going to push for 2, I think. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Rhys Mariu. Gets off the mark with a couple of runs. That's a wide down the leg side. Matthew Fisher is bowling the first over, has to reload that one again. So Rhys Mariu is back on strike. And that's driven down the ground. It's past mid-on. That'll run away for 4. That's the first boundary of the innings. Nice and full there from Matthew Fisher. And beautifully driven down the ground by Rhys Mariu to the fence. That's flicked in the air. It's over. Mid-on and that. The laptop got hanged actually. Yeah. So that was a boundary and then a couple of runs. One more delivery left in this over from Matthew Fisher. Last ball of the over has gone for 4. So 12 runs came from that over and Canterbury Kings are 12 without loss after 1 over. And now Scott Coughlan is the new bowler into the attack for Northern Brave. Tom Latham is on strike. And that's edged away past third man and that's 4 more. Just guiding it away towards that third man region. And Tom Latham picks up his first boundary in this innings. This time he's edged it through to the keeper. So what a comeback from Scott Coughlan. Bowled it nice and closer to the stumps this time. And Tom Latham has nicked it through to the keeper behind the stumps. And Northern Brave get their first breakthrough. A very important wicket as well. It was close to the body there. Tom Latham looking to guide it away towards third man once again. That's what he did the first ball of the over, but this time nicked it through to the keeper. So an early breakthrough for Northern Brave. Tom Latham is out for a run ball 5 and Canterbury Kings are 16 for 1 after 1.2 overs. So Matt Boyle is the new batter to the crease. The required run rate 12.05 already. So third ball of the over coming up. Matthew Boyle is on strike. Goes for the pull shot towards deep square leg, and Matthew Boyle gets off the mark with a single. Three more deliveries left in this over. Rhys Mariu is back on strike. This time again guided away, beats that field red point, and Mariu picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. He goes for a pull shot there. Matthew Boyle, I think, on under edge down the ground. Picks up another single. Rhys Mariu is back on strike. One more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. And that's guided away by Mariu towards deep point and picks up another single to finish the over. So 8 runs came from that over, including the wickets of Tom Latham. And Canterbury are now 20 for 1 after 2 overs. Matthew Fisher is back into the attack. Oh, it goes through. Rhys Mariu there looking to drive. It's gone through him. And through to the keeper. Another dot ball. Matthew Fisher continuing into his second over. Second ball of the over coming up. Looking to flick it away there. Rismariu, I think it's gone off the patch towards short third man. One leg buys for Rismariu. Matthew Boyle is back on strike. 4 more deliveries left in this over. And Matthew Boyle hits it in the air. Luckily it didn't carry to that fielder. It's another dot ball. And in fact they have picked up the single. So Rismariu is back on strike. Just short of that fielder there at covers. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. That's full again. It's driven down the ground. Good fielding at mid-on, and Rismariu picks up another quick single. Looks to swing leg side. Maybe a little bit of an under edge on that. Another dot ball from Matthew Fisher. One more delivery left in this over. Just 3 runs from this over so far. The last ball of the over coming up. It goes big. It's in the air. Third man takes the catch. And another wicket goes down. It was always on the cards, isn't it? A quiet over from Matthew Fisher. Something had to give. Matthew Boyle is struggling. 2 runs from just 5 balls. Went for the big shot. Went off the outside edge. Is flown towards deep third man. And a really good catch diving forward there by that third man fielder. And the second wicket goes down for Canterbury. They're all sorts of trouble at the moment. Matthew Fisher also picks up his first wicket today. The Canterbury Kings have lost 2 wickets inside their power play. Matthew Boyle is out for just 2 runs from 5 balls. And Canterbury are now 23 for 2 after 3 overs. Paul McConkie is the new batter to the crease for Canterbury Kings. Two down inside the power play, chasing a target of 241 is never easy actually. So Brett Hampton is The new bowler into the attack now for the Northern Brave. And the Northern Brave, we can safe to say they're closing in on their first win in this tournament. Canterbury closing in on their first defeat in this tournament. Oh, looking to guide it away. Has he nicked it there? Appealing. Umpire says not out. Riz Mario was looking to guide it towards third man. Very close to the bat there. But it didn't take the nick, I think. And another dot ball here. It's short this time. It's pulled away towards square leg. And Riz Mario picks up another single. Cole McConkie is back on strike. That's on the stumps. It's defended towards covers. And another dot ball from Brett Hampton. Three more deliveries left in this over. Comes down the wicket. Oh, it's gone off the hands onto the stumps, I think. Another wicket goes down here. Everything going the way of Northern Brave at the moment. I don't know what happened there. They're already on to celebration mode. The umpires have gone upstairs to the third umpire. But I think it's hit the stumps at the non-striker's end. We have seen this kind of dismissal quite often. Even in international cricket, we have seen it. Where the ball hits the bowler's hands and then goes off back onto the stumps. That's why the non-striker has to always be careful. Always be wary. I think the batter is short of his ground here, in all honesty. So the decision will be out, I guess it is. Out it is. So the third wicket goes down. And the Canterbury are sliding here, big time. Riz Mario is out, run out at the non-striker's end after scoring 15 runs from 10 balls. And Canterbury are now 24 for 3 after 3.4 overs. When you're chasing a total like 241, the last thing you want is to lose 3 wickets in the power play like this. So Carter is the new batter to the crease at the non-striker's end. And Cole McConkie defends it towards point. Chance of a run out was there. Directed would have been curtains, I guess, but not to be. Cole McConkie gets off the mark with a single. So Leo Carter is back on strike. One more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over from Hampton. And that's on the stumps. Leo Carter defends it back to the bowler. And another dot ball to finish the over. So 2 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Rhys Mariu. Unfortunately, run out at the non-striker's end. And Canterbury are now 25 for 3 after 4 overs. So Matthew Fisher now is continuing into his 3rd over, and that's flicked away by Leo Carter towards deep square leg, and picks up another single to start the over. Cole McConkey is back on strike. Looking to flick it away. It's gone off the pads, I think. And McConkey will pick up 1 leg byes. The 1 leg by as it is. Leo Carter has picked up 1 leg byes. Now McConkey is back on strike. Comes down the wicket, drives it down the ground. It's past mid-off. That'll be a boundary. That's much needed. Need a lot more of that. Canterbury advancing down the wicket using his feet and beating that fielder at mid-off for a boundary. This time goes for the cut shot. He's nicked it through to the keeper, and another wicket goes down here. It's getting from bad to worse. Cole McConkey going for the cut shot. Too close to the body to cut. Faintest of nicks. And Matthew Fisher gets another breakthrough here. The 4th wicket goes down inside the power play for Canterbury. And they're just falling quickly at the moment. Cole McConkey is out for a run ball 6. And Canterbury Kings are 31 for 4 after 4.4 overs. So Chamberlain is the new batter to the crease for Canterbury. Harry Chamberlain is the new batter to the crease for Canterbury Kings. 2 more deliveries left in this over, and it's been that kind of day for Canterbury actually ever since their bowling innings. Nothing has gone their way. Northern Brave have been right on top in this game. Continue to be on top. They can even improve their net run rate if they get a big win today. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Oh, he's chopped it on. He's chopped it on. Another one goes. 2 and 2 for Matthew Fisher. They lose their 5th now. Canterbury completely clueless on how to go about this run chase. And I don't know what is happening here. It's a big collapse going on. Harry Chamberlain has just chopped it back onto his stumps. And Matthew Fisher is on a hat-trick now. Picks up his third wicket. He's on a hat-trick. And the Canterbury are losing their way here. Harry Chamberlain is out for a golden duck. And Canterbury are now 31 for 5 after 4.5 overs. So Cam Paul is the new batter to the crease for Canterbury. Matthew Fisher is on a hat-trick. So hat-trick ball will be coming up. It looks like Northern Brave are going to get a huge win today, which will really boost their net run rate. Here we go, hat-trick ball from Matthew Fisher. Cam Paul on strike. That's on the pads. It's flicked away by Cam Paul towards deep mid wicket, and Cam Paul gets off the mark with a single to finish that over. The 7 runs came from that over, including 2 wickets, and Canterbury Kings are 32 for 5 after 5 overs. If anyone rewinds back yesterday, Lungisani Ngidi took a hat-trick in the SA20 tournament yesterday night. Obviously India time yesterday night. Lungi Ngidi took a hat-trick, so Matthew Fisher was close to getting a hat-trick within about few hours time probably. The first hat-trick in SA20 this season came from Lungi Ngidi yesterday. Outstanding performance. But anyways, coming back to this game, Brett Hampton back into the attack. And that's pulled away by Cam Paul towards mid-on and picks up another single to start the over. Such a surprise, isn't it? Canterbury unbeaten in this tournament so far. They have played 3 matches. They have won all the 3 matches. They've always had good opening partnerships in the matches that they have won in this tournament so far. But today, unfortunately, nothing has gone their way. It's always been Northern Brave who have been on top. Right from that opening partnership of Northern Brave to now having Canterbury at 32 for 5, chasing a total of 241. That's guided away by Leo Carter. And they'll pick up another single. So third ball of the over coming up, and that's driven again straight to covers. Another dot ball from Brett Hampton. That shot is pulled in the air and it's taken by the wicket keeper. Another one goes high on the bat for Cam Paul, and the wicket keeper making no mistake. Another wicket goes down here for Canterbury. Lost their 6th wicket, and unfortunately they are folding quickly. Brett Hampton also picks up his first wicket today. And the Canterbury Kings now 34 for 6 here, with Campbell departing back to the pavilion. Campbell is out after scoring 2 runs from 4 balls. Canterbury Kings are 34 for 6 after 5.4 overs. So Ish Sodhi is the new batter to the crease. You're down to the bowlers now of the Canterbury Kings. It's bounced high there. Ish Sodhi defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Brett Hampton. And that was high on the bat actually from Campbell. Don't know why the scorecard is not refreshing. This time it's cut away by Sodhi. That'll run away for 4. That's a much needed boundary from Sodhi. A little bit of width offered by Brett Hampton and punished by Sodhi to the fence. Oh my god. Sorry guys, a system issue. So the Canterbury Kings are now 48 for 7 after 8 overs. So just 3 more wickets in hand. And this run chase is going absolutely nowhere at the moment. 12 overs left, 193 more runs needed for the Canterbury Kings. Scott Cougalin is back into the attack into his second over. Leo Carter on strike. And that's full again. It's driven by Leo Carter. It's past the fielder at covers. And Leo Carter picks up another single to start the over. Sean Davies back on strike. 192 more runs needed from 71 balls with a required run rate of 16.23 with only 2 wickets, with only 3 more wickets in hand. It's safe to say it's impossible. Sean Davies back on strike. And it's on a good length, defended towards point, and Sean Davies picks up another single as well. So 4 more deliveries left in this over. 50 comes up for Canterbury. Struggled and struggled. They've got themselves to 50 for 7 in 8.2 overs. Oh, goes for the cut shot. Too close to the body to cut. Another dot ball from Scott Cougalin. Just a question of the margin of victory, I think, for Northern Brave from here, because it's impossible now for Canterbury to win it from here. And it looks like finally Northern Brave are going to pick up their first win in this Super Smash T20 tournament. That's on the stumps. Leo Carter defends it back to the bowler. And another dot ball from Scott Cougalin. Canterbury Kings are right now at number 2 position. Northern Brave are in the last position. So if Northern Brave wins today and that to win by a heavy margin, they can come out of the bottom. They can even push towards 4th spot in the points table. That's flicked away back to the bowler again. Another dot ball from Scott Cougalin. Required run rate now 17.10. It's almost impossible territory with only 3 wickets in hand. But credit has to be given to Hampton and Clark, the kind of innings he played for the Northern Brave when they were batting. We had the whole Northern Brave batting performance today. Absolutely fantastic. The last ball of the over coming up. And he's hit it down the ground. Beats the fielder at mid-on. That might go away for 4, will it? No, it won't. The field running after it does well. Stops the boundary. They're coming back for 3. Chance of run out. And they've completed the run. 3 runs completed. So 5 runs came from that over. And Canterbury Kings are now 53 for 7 after 9 overs. So Tim Pringle is continuing into his second over. Leo Carter is on strike. That's a quicker ball. Carter hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to start the over. Sean Davies back on strike. Comes down the wicket and drives it past covers. And Sean Davy picks up another single. The 2 singles to start this over. Leo Carter is back on strike. Tim Pringle back around the wicket to Leo Carter. That's pulled away again by Carter down to deep mid wicket. Picks up another single as well. So I think both these batters are now only looking to play out 20 overs, I think. I don't want to push towards the target with only 3 more wickets in hand. So there's not much left in this game as far as Canterbury are concerned. It's edged away. Third man, it beats him. And that'll run away for 4. So consolation boundary has to be said. Sean Davy nicking it past that fielder at third man. This time he moves across his stumps, hits it down the ground to long on, and Sean Davy picks up another single. So one more delivery left in this over. 8 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over. Comes down the wicket, hits it straight down the ground, and that'll run away for 4 as well to finish the over. So good over for Canterbury. 12 runs came from that over, and the Canterbury Kings at the halfway mark of this innings are 65 for 7 at the end of 10 overs, needing 176 runs to win from the last 10 overs. So Josh Brown is the new bowler into the attack. A bowling change for Northern Brave. Sean Davy is on strike. Getting the boundaries now, but it's not going to be enough because the required run rate is somewhere else. It's on required run rate is on some other planet. Even a T10 game, it will be tough to chase this kind of a total. That's flicked away by Sean Davy towards mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. As an Abu Dhabi T10 tournament, even in that tournament, it's very tough to chase down 176 runs in the last 10 overs. That's the required run rate is 17.80. Second ball of the over coming up. And that's pulled away by Leo Carter. Might have found the gap here. Oh, good fielding at deep mid wicket. And Leo Carter picks up another couple of runs here. It's a full delivery this time, and Carter drives it down the ground. Another dot ball from Josh Brown. Got a hand on it there, Josh Brown. 3 more deliveries left in this over. It's short this time. It's pulled away towards deep fine leg. And Leo Carter picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Sean Davies back on strike. And that's punched away again, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Josh Brown. The last ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket. Was the slow ball. Sean Davies swings and misses. Another dot ball to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over. And Canterbury Kings are 69 for 7 after 11 overs. So there's a new bowler into the attack. Cooper is into the attack and Carter comes down the wicket and hits it back past the bowler into the boundary for 4. That's a great way to start the over from Leo Carter. Pressure on Cooper. This time it's punched away by Leo Carter and that'll find the gap. That'll run away for 4. So back-to-back boundaries here from Leo Carter. It all looks too little, too late, but important boundaries. And this time he punches it away straight to covers. Another dot ball here. This time around, comes down the wicket, hits it up in the air. Fielder running backwards, can't get there. Lands safely. And Leo Carter picks up another single. The 2 more deliveries left in this over. This time it's punched away again, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Harry Cooper. Comes down the wicket, looks to flick it away leg side. It's towards mid wicket. And Sean Davey picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over from Harry Cooper. And Canterbury Kings are 79 for 7 after 12 overs. It's actually Henry Cooper. Not Harry Cooper, Henry Cooper. All new players actually. I need to see the bowler name now. Matthew Fisher, I think, is back into the attack, and that's flicked away by Sean Davey towards deep mid wicket, and picks up another single. And now, in fact, it's Josh Brown who is continuing into his second over, and Sean Davey picks up a single to start the over. A shot this time, Carter pulls it away and it's taken at deep square leg. It was hit flat and hard but straight into the hands of deep square leg, and Josh Brown provides the breakthrough again for a Northern Brave as they get closer and closer to victory now. The 8th wicket goes down for Canterbury. Leo Carter looking to find again momentum, looking to get the momentum, looking to find some boundaries, but all he did was find that fielder at deep square leg. Hampton and Clark takes the catch. He can do no wrong today. Leo Carter is gone after scoring 27 runs from 23 balls, and Canterbury Kings are 80 for 8 after 12.2 overs. So Lucky Harper is the new batter to the crease for the Canterbury Kings. So Lucky Harper down to the tailenders now. A new batter to the crease. Just 2 more wickets in hand for Canterbury. Not much credentials with the bat for Lucky Harper. Third ball of the over coming up. It's pulled away leg side towards deep fine leg and gets off the mark with a single. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Sean Davey is back on strike. Gives himself room. It was fired and wide. Is looking to make room. Try and hit it through the offside. It was already too wide outside the off stump. And another dot ball here from Josh Brown. That's a wide down the leg side, I think. Yep, given as a wide by the umpire, Billy Bowden. So Josh Brown has to reload that one again. So it's going to be a first defeat for Canterbury Kings today. First defeat in this tournament after winning 3 matches in 3. After winning 3 out of 3, they're going to be losing this. Gives himself room. Sean Davey hits it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single. So Lucky Harper is back on strike. 1 more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. That's full again. It's driven down the ground to mid off. Oh, there was a chance of run outside the stumps. but missed the stumps there. And Lucky Harper picks up another single to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Leo Carter. And Canterbury Kings are 84 for 8 after 13 overs. So Scott Coughlan is back into the attack now. And Lucky Harper goes big, clears long on. All the way for 6. Good swing of the bat there from Lucky Harper. Clears the boundary. And a 6 to start the over. First 6 for Lucky Harper. It was in the slot from Coughlan. And nicely hit over long on. The second ball of the over coming up. And he swings it down the ground again towards long on. And Lucky Harper picks up another single. Gives himself room, and Sean Davey hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. It was banked into the wicket there by Scott Coughlan. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Required run rate is now 22.92. As good as lost for the chasing team. Oh, that's a good bouncer there. Lucky Harper sways out of it. Another dot ball here from Coughlan. Two more deliveries left in this over. And he goes big down the ground. He goes towards deep mid wicket. They'll pick up another couple of runs. There's good running between the wickets from Lucky Harper. Another couple of runs here. One more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. And he goes down the ground this time. And picks up another single to finish the over. So 11 runs came from that over. And Canterbury are now 95 for 8 after 14 overs. Tim Pringle is the new bowler. Tim Pringle is back into the attack now for Northern Brave. 6 overs left, 146 needed. Lucky Harper is on strike. This time it's driven back to the driven down the ground by Lucky Harper. Picks up a single to start the over. Required run rate now 24.86. Because even in this situation, some people will say mathematically still not done. That's a full toss. Sean Davey flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Goes for the cut shot there, not able to make connection. Was the quicker ball from Tim Pringle, another dot ball. Comes down the wicket again, flicks it leg side. Lucky Harper picks up another single. The 2 more deliveries left in this over. Sean Davey is back on strike. Quicker delivery, punched back to the bowler. Make that another dot ball. This is a good over from Tim Pringle, and that is what I was talking about actually. Tim Pringle primary role is bowling, but he was promoted to number 3 when Northern Brave were batting. Last ball of the over, moves across the stumps, looks to guide it towards third man, but not able to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. So just 3 runs came from that over from Tim Pringle, and Canterbury Kings are 98 for 8 after 15 overs. The equation for Canterbury Kings to continue their unbeaten run in this tournament, they need 143 runs to win in the last 5 overs. I would say that even in Hong Kong Super Sixes tournament, this equation is impossible, leave alone regular cricket. Fergus Lelman is the new bowler into the attack now for Northern Brave. And that's on the stumps. Lucky Harper drives it back to the bowler, another dot ball. So it's going to be the Northern Brave who will be winning this game. It's just the margin of victory we need to know. Second ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away again. Good fielding at square leg. And Lucky Harper picks up another single. Sean Davey is back on strike. The third ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket. Sean Davey hits it down the ground to long on. And picks up another single here. So finally the 100 comes up for Canterbury Kings. At one stage it looked as though they might get bowled out under 100. But they have brought up the 100 here. 100 comes up in 15.3 overs at the loss of 8 wickets. But it's a lost cause now. Just 141 runs needed from just merely 4.3 overs that swung and missed. Swing and a miss there from Lucky Harper. Another dot ball from Lilman. Two more deliveries left in this over. Comes down the wicket. Harper goes down the ground. Hits the side screen on the full. All the way for 6. He's striking it very cleanly. Here's Lucky Harper towards the end of this innings, but it's not going to be enough because the required run rate is 32.40. But still enjoying himself here as Lucky Harper. The second 6 in this innings for Lucky Harper. Last ball of the over. It's a short ball. Goes for the pull there. But Harper not able to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over. And Canterbury Kings are 106 for 8 after 16 overs. So 4 more overs left in this innings. Tim Pringle is continuing into his third over and into his last over actually. And Sean Davey comes down the wicket, hits it straight down the ground. 1 bounce, 4. That's the way to start the over. Try and reduce the margin of defeat. That is what Canterbury are trying to do. Starts the over with a boundary. This time moves across the stumps and defends it towards covers and picks up another single. Lucky Harper is back on strike. Required run rate now 35.45. They need 22 sixes from here if they want to get over the line. Comes down the wicket again. Lucky Harper tries it down the ground and picks up another single. The Northern Brave, it's been a clinical performance. Can they win by more than 100 runs? That's the question. Or can Canterbury reduce the margin of defeat? Comes down the wicket, goes straight down the ground, and that'll go all the way. All the way for 6. A flat 6 from Sean Davey down the ground. But it's not going to be enough. It's all too late for the Canterbury Kings, but they'll take the 6. This time it's a quicker ball. It's driven down the ground by Sean Davey towards long off and picks up another single. Last ball of the over coming up. Short and wide. Lucky Harper cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. You won't see a more one-sided defeat than this for a chasing team in T20 cricket, has to be said. 14 runs came from that over and Canterbury Kings are 120 for 8 after 17 overs. Just imagine 3 overs left, 120 runs, 3 overs left, 121 more runs needed for victory. Have we ever seen this kind of an equation in T20 cricket for a chasing team? Required run rate 40.33. We have never seen a required run rate jump so high even for a losing cause. But that is how bad Canterbury have been today. They've just not got any partnerships going. They just kept on losing wickets. Nothing much you can do when you lose 3, 4, 5 wickets inside the power play like that. And then they can be happy they have managed to get some recovery with still only 2 more wickets in hand. Brett Hampton back into the attack. And Harper goes down the ground, clears mid off. They'll run away for 4. So some late fireworks from these two batters. Lucky Harper starts the over with the boundary. Well, he goes for the cut shot this time. And Harper not able to make connection. Another dot ball from Brett Hampton. That's short this time, pulled away again by Harper. 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. 2 short, in fact it's gone all the way. It's gone all the way for 6, given as 6 by the umpire. 2 short there from Brett Hampton. Lucky Harper latched onto it. Picks up his 3rd 6 in this innings. It's been a wonderful knock. This time it's a good Yorker and Harper digs it down the ground and picks up another single. 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 51 from 32 balls now between Sean Davey and Lucky Harper, but this should have happened much earlier in the innings. Now it's too late with the required run rate. 47.14 the required run rate. Amazing. Comes down the wicket this time and Sean Davey hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. Lucky Harper pulls it away leg side, and that's in the gap as well. 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. It's been some partnership this between these two batters. Another boundary to finish the over. So 16 runs came from that over, an expensive over from Brett Hampton, and Canterbury Kings are 136 for 8 after 18 overs. Although it's in a losing cause, still what a partnership between these two batters. Partnership of 56 from 34 balls. Supposed to be tailenders, and they're putting on a partnership like this. So Scott Kugelin is going to be bowling the penultimate over for Northern Brave. Sean Davey on strike, and that's driven away by Davey towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Lackey Harper is back on strike. Oh, Harper looking to hit it down the ground there, sits it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Scott Kugelin. Required run rate now 62.40. What are the odds of chasing down a required run rate of 62.40? Maybe viewers can comment. Just thinking, 10 balls left, 104 runs needed. That's too wide, I guess. Yep. Wide given by the umpire. So Scott Kugelin has to reload that one again. So at least Canterbury are going to lose this by less than 100 runs. That's a good thing, I think. Given the kind of situation they were in, and given what this partnership has managed to do. Comes down the wicket, swings and misses. Make that another dot ball from Kugelin. Well, what will happen if the required run rate jumps up to 100? I don't think that will happen, right? Required run rate 68.67. With every dot ball, it's climbing higher and higher. The fourth ball of the over coming up. He hits it high in the air. It's over the top. And that'll run away for another boundary. Found the gap beautifully again. Moves into the 40s now. Lackey Harper with that boundary. 42 from just 25 balls. This is a fantastic partnership and fantastic knocks from both these batters. But unfortunately, not going to be enough for Canterbury to get over the line. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. That's too wide outside the off stump, I think, isn't it? No, it's not given as a wide. It's given as a dot ball, but it's not going to matter anyways. The match was over a long time ago. So this wide or not given as a wide is not going to matter. Still going to be Northern Brave will win this. Just need to complete the formalities here. 1 more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over. Full toss. High into the air. Has he got enough on it? Has he? No, he hasn't. Catch taken at deep mid wicket. So a full toss has produced the wicket for Scott Kugelin. I think they are asking for height of the delivery. Was it above the waist or not? Billy Bowden says nope. He says it's a fair delivery. The batters are still waiting though. I think they want to check the height there, whether it's above the waist or not. He's not overstepped the line. They're just checking the height. Oh, it looks as though it's above the waist for me actually. Just looks as though it's above the waist, but it's not going to make much of a difference anyways. He's crouched there. Lackey Harper has crouched on his way of hitting the ball, but it looks above the waist actually. Umpires have to make a decision. Well, he's given it as out. He's given it as out, so Lackey Harper has to go. It looked above the waist for me, but I don't know. Like the batter had crouched while he was attempting to hit the shot. So maybe umpire took that into consideration and gave it as out. But anyways, it was not going to matter. Even no ball means free hit. You hit that for 6 till 90 to win in the last over. The match was over a long time ago. There's no problem at all. Nothing, no controversy at all at this stage of this match. Because Northern Brave had won this match 5 overs ago, or even more than that. Lucky Harper is out after scoring 42 runs from 27 balls, and Canterbury Kings are now 142 for 9 after 19 overs. I mean, one can argue saying that this can be a controversial decision and all those things. There's no controversy. The match was over a long time ago. Just need to complete the formalities. I can agree if the equation was 20 runs to win from 7 balls or 15 runs to win from 7 balls, then this kind of a thing happens. We can agree. The 99 needed of the last over, not much difference. As Sean Davey goes big here. Goes all the way for 6. What a way to start the last over. Lelman back into the attack into his second over as bowling the last over. Sean Davey clears the boundary. So 93 needed from 5 balls. Canterbury trying to reduce the margin of defeat. Gives himself room. Hits it down the ground to long on. And Sean Davey picks up another single. Fraser Sheet is the last batter to the crease for Canterbury. Just 4 more deliveries left in this innings now. And Fraser Sheet, I mean, he can also swing his bat, it has to be said. Just keep swinging. Get how much ever you can. Required run rate now 138, if you don't mind. That's hit down the ground by Fraser Sheet. Will get off the mark with a single. The 150 comes up for Canterbury. They have pushed and pushed and pushed and got into 150. But it's not going to be enough. That is the question. That is the answer. Coming around the wicket now, Lilman gives himself room. Sean Davey hits it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single. So 2 more deliveries left. Fergus Lelman has bowled really well. Coming around the wicket to Fraser Sheet. Goes for the pull shot. The ball hasn't gone anywhere. Back to the bowler. Make that another dot ball. Now 1 ball left. 90 needed. Required run rate of 540. If you don't mind. This is the highest required run rate I've ever seen in T20 cricket of late. For a chasing team. 540 required run rate. So last ball of the match coming up. Northern Brave. They're going to win this. Last ball of the match. Comes down the wicket. Hits it down the ground. They'll only pick up a single. They'll push for 2. Whatever. Yes. Couple of runs completed. And that is it. It's the Northern Brave who pick up their first win in the Super Smash T20 tournament of 2025-26. And they've won this match comprehensively. Northern Brave have won this match comprehensively by 87 runs against an unbeaten Canterbury team. Unfortunately for Canterbury today, nothing went their way. Ever since the toss, they won the toss, elected to bowl first. They put the Northern Brave into bat. And they were just taken apart by both the openers of Northern Brave today. Hampton and Clark and Canterbury Clark and Hampton just blew away the Canterbury bowlers today when Northern Brave were batting, and then the Northern Brave got to 241. Northern Brave got to 240 for 4 at the end of their 20 overs, and Canterbury, chasing a target of 241, were 44 for 7 at one stage. And from there, I think Canterbury can be proud of themselves that they didn't get bowled out. They played out the full 20 overs and they got to 153 for 9 at the end of their 20 overs. A clinical bowling performance though from the Northern Brave bowlers. Matthew Fisher picking up 3 for 27 in his 4 overs. Scott Coughlan picking up 2 for 29 in his 4 overs. Brett Hampton with 1 for 24 in his 3 overs, and Tim Pringle with 1 for 33 in his 4 overs. Josh Brown bowled only 2 overs, 1 for 9 in his 2 overs as well. Fergus Lillman bowled 2 overs, none for 19, and Henry Cooper bowled only 1 over, none for 10 in his 1 over. So good win, a comprehensive win. The match was over a long time ago actually. I mean, the match was over by the 10th or 11th over itself, the way Canterbury Kings were batting today. That was how comprehensive Northern Brave were. They pick up their first win in the Super Smash T20 tournament. The unbeaten run of Canterbury Kings has come to an end. They have suffered their first defeat in the Super Smash tournament. We'll be back again to cover more cricket matches in our channel. We'll be covering the future Super Smash matches as well, where we'll be covering the future matches in the Super Smash T20 tournament. So until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys, cheers and have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.